Hey guys, this is Nick with PhoneArena, and today we are reviewing the HTC One V. This is the smallest, most affordable device in the HTC One lineup. It comes with a 1 GHz single-core processor. The display on its front is 3.7 inches in diagonal with 480 by 800 pixels of resolution. There is a 5 megapixel camera on its back with an LED flash. And all of these goodies are inside of a metal body which is less than 10 millimeters thick. With its curved chin design, the HTC One V surely stands out from the rest of mid-range smartphones out there. It fits nicely in the hand and feels very compact. It is very easy to use with a single hand because your thumb can easily reach every side of its display. It is only 9 millimeters thick and barely tips the scale at 115 grams, which makes it pretty much unnoticeable while it's resting inside your pocket. We are pretty content with the way the 2-button volume rocker and the lock key have been designed. They're very easy to feel and respond with a nice click when pressed. Underneath the smartphone's display we see a trio of Android buttons, one for the back function, one that takes you to the home screen, and one that enables multitasking mode. Just like many other HTC smartphones, the HTC One V has a notification light. It is located on its top side next to the 3.5mm headphone jack, which makes it easy to see even when the phone is lying with its display down. We are happy to see that the body of the HTC One V is made out of anodized metal, which adds a dose of premium feel to the device, and that is something that many mid-range smartphones lack. Also, we have to point out that the surface is very resistant to fingerprints. The 3.7-inch display on the HTC One V is of the Super LCD 2 kind, which results in some great viewing angles and nice saturated colors. The pixel density clocks in 252 ppi, which means that we rarely notice any pixelation whatsoever. Graphics look nice and detailed, and small text doesn't require much of an effort to be read. Additionally, we are quite happy with the phone's outdoor visibility, and it's bright enough to remain easily legible even in broad daylight. The interface on the HTC One V is pretty much identical to that of the HTC One X and HTC One S. Basically, we have HTC Sense 4.0 running on top of Android 4.0 Ice Cream Sandwich, which is of course the latest version of Android to date. As you can see, navigation is pretty smooth. The smartphone has no troubles switching between home screens and navigating through menus, even though this here is just a 1 GHz single-core processor. We ran several benchmarks using Quadrant and got scores of over 1900 constantly. We also installed a couple of 3D games and they ran pretty good without being choppy or anything. This is what the on-screen virtual keyboard looks like. With a screen of 3.7 inches in diagonal, one might think that typing on it is somewhat difficult, but it's actually really easy. You get autocomplete, your mistakes get corrected automatically, and each typo gets underlined so you can spot it easily. Also, you can easily type those long emails when the keyboard is in landscape mode. The stock web browser on the HTC One V did not meet our expectations because it has a really hard time rendering heavy web pages, and especially when the Adobe Flash plugin is turned on. Thankfully, it can be easily disabled from this menu button located right here on the upper right hand corner. There's also this menu bar that pops up from the bottom of the screen. But what's really frustrating about it is that it just pops up whenever it feels like it. It may be the most affordable smartphone among the HTC One lineup, but the HTC One V comes with an HTC image chip, which in theory should result in great looking photos and short load-up times. We have to agree that the camera application starts pretty fast. However, there is a slight but passable shutter lag present. In burst mode, you can capture about 4 frames per second, which is really impressive for a device of this caliber. Also, you get image effects and other tools such as face detection and HDR mode. We took some sample shots on a bright sunny day and they looked really good for the most part. They had plenty of detail, especially in close-ups. Also, there was a low amount of digital noise present in the images. Still, on several occasions, the white balance was a bit off, making photos look bluish, and HDR images look plain terrible. Indoor shots look okay as long as the room is well illuminated, but once the lights get dim, image quality deteriorates immediately. We took several 720p video samples with the HTC One V, but we were not impressed because the video lacked detail and the colors were pretty washed out. This is what the stock music player looks like. It's pretty simple, easy to use, pretty straightforward. It also has any feature that you might expect out of a music player. Of course, it comes with a widget for your home screen, but you can also control it straight from the lock screen. It comes with Beats audio enhancements, which make modern music such as pop or hip-hop sound considerably better, but you have to keep in mind that the stock pair of earphones do not belong to the Beats brand. With the stock video player on the HTC One V, we had no troubles playing back 720p video, including samples encoded in DivX format. Several handy features have been thrown in, including the ability to take screenshots of whatever video is playing. There's support for subtitle files, and there's an audio enhancement thrown in as well. 1080p video couldn't be played back, but that is no big deal because the smartphone's display is pretty average in size, so it doesn't really make much of a difference. The in-call audio quality of the HTC One V is okay, but we were honestly expecting more than that. What we didn't like about it is that the sound of the earpiece is somewhat muffled, and things don't sound much better on the other side of the line. Nevertheless, the volume levels of both the earpiece and the microphone are pretty good. The HTC One V costs about $370 off contract, which is a very reasonable price considering what you're getting in exchange. It has a beautiful display, its design really stands out, and we're pretty happy with it overall. The only things that we didn't like about it were its poorly executed web browser and the 720p video that it captures because it looks below par. Of course, you might want to check out a few alternatives before getting the HTC One V. We have the Sony Ericsson Xperia Arc S, which offers a bigger screen and is only slightly more expensive. Also, the HTC Sensation can be found for a little more than that, but offers a 4.3-inch display and a dual-core processor. Also, the Samsung Galaxy W and the HTC Rank cost about the same as the One V and offer similar features and performance and are just as compact. Thank you for watching our video review of the HTC One V. This is Nick, and for more smartphone reviews, or if you'd simply like to check out the latest from the smartphone world, just visit our website phonearena.com.